Hey guys, so in today's video we're going to be doing paper on HackTheBox. By the time you're seeing this should be retired because their policies and stuff. But yeah, this took me a long time today, but I think it was worth it. It was really fun. It is a pwn challenge, but it's office related, and yeah, I'm kind of tired as you can tell. So first things first is we're going to start the machine and connect to the what is it? The VPN. So I have that already. I am connected to the VPN here. First thing we want to do is access the IP, right? So the first thing we have to do is let's take a look at what's open. So let's do quick nmap. Spoilers. Quick nmap. Let's run that for a second. Should be pretty quick. Sorry if I look very dark right now. It's just, it's almost midnight. Lighting isn't very good. This looks like it's gonna take a second. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So we have port 80, HTTPS, and SSH, right? So let's take a look at the website. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So we have a base, like not base, but like what the website looks like when you first start it up, right? So the next thing I think of is, okay, let's do a little bit more enumeration, right? So let's use Nikto, whatever. Using that same IP. Let's run. Sorry, that was my Google. I don't know if you heard that, but anyway. Wow, my throat is thirsty. Okay. So here we find something interesting, right? Uncommon header X backend server found with contents office paper. So I've never been really familiar with this header, but I end up finding out that the target website returns X backend header, which includes potentially internal / hidden IP address or host names. So this could be, something else we can further look into. But if we go access the site, it won't load. I will show you that, but I already made the change for it to work. So what we need to do is take a look at the host file. I think it's here. Is that what it's? Oh, oops! I need to put nano. Cool. So I already added it here. Don't pay attention to this one right now. But yeah, I did add office paper to my host file to that same IP address. So if we did try to load that office paper, we ran into this. The blunder tiffin. I never learned how to say this, but hopefully I'm saying that right. And I don't offend any office fans out there. But this is what we get, right? Let me make sure I have my notes here. Okay. That is the wrong notes that I need. Hold on a second. Okay, I had to pause real quick to make sure I have my notes here in case I miss anything. But all I did here at this point was kind of just snoop around, right? And there was one post in particular that was interesting. Where was it? I think it was a comment actually. So this is from, it's a little laggy, sorry about that. Hello Scranton from Prison Mike. Creed leaves a little comment there. That's not what I want. I think it's this one, feeling alone. Yeah. So it's from Nick. Michael, you should remove the secret content from your drafts ASAP, as they are not secure as you think. So I got thinking, okay, this makes me think I need to find maybe a vulnerability or some sort of bypass or something to get to the drafts, right? And sure enough, I do end up finding this website. Hold on, I'm trying to copy it. Of course I didn't copy it. Cool, okay. So I do find this website for a WordPress vulnerability because this is using WordPress, obviously. I mean, come on. And it does work. So let's see where it's at. Okay, perfect. Exploiting the bug. So far, we know that adding this to WordPress URL could leak its secret content. So let's give that a try. Static. I already have it there. Is equal to 1. Oops. We don't want that. And boom, we get all this text here, right? So let's take a look at it. And here we see this link here. Secret registration URL of new employee chat system. And yeah, that's a big thing, right? Because now we can register for account. But as you can see, it is like a sub URL of this. So if we did try to access it, not gonna get anywhere. So same thing as this site, we have to add it to the host. As you saw, I already had it there, but I commented it out. Gonna add that back. And let's go to that site. I'm probably logged in already. Yeah. So all I did was just register and log in, and you get a message from this general. And here you have, you know, all those people from the office. We have Kelly. Damn, I'm forgetting her name. Damn. Anyway, wow. So yeah. But you can read through this if you want, just pause it. But the most important thing we have here is Dwight's little bot called Recyclops, right? So it pretty much, it is a bot. It takes in commands and then, you know, returns some sort of, I guess, data, right? So these are the important ones here that we're going to be using. Recyclops, get me the file test.txt or Recyclops file dot, that. Also list. So kind of think of these as using cat and this one as using like an ls command, right? Good old memes here. Anyways, so the next thing I want to go do is message this bot. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm gonna copy his name so I don't have to keep retyping it. So all I was doing here was getting the bot to just messing around with it, seeing what I can find. Here you can even see the permissions for the root, groups, and users. I think that's how that works. So there are some, like obviously this one right here. This is probably kind of small. I just realized this file right here, user.txt, is our first flag, but we don't have permissions to read it, or at least what the hell is that? At least the bot doesn't have permissions to read it, right? So I did a little bit more snooping. Cool. I did write that in my notes. So yeah, I did a little bit more snooping and found, let's do a list, hub bots. Cool. And we found this .env. So if any of you are familiar with I guess coding, programming, or whatever, I know I've done this in like React, Node, anything where there's just a lot of files and a lot of I don't know, but usually this file contains passwords or, you know, sensitive information that normally doesn't get pushed into, say, like a repository like GitHub. It kind of just stays locally, but can also so like, okay, let me give you an example. So say for example, your website, you're using an API, right? Say your index.html is using some sort of API, but you need to use credentials. Obviously, you don't want to put your credentials, you know, plain text in there, because anybody that accesses the website, looks at the source code, can just grab your password off of that. That's very bad. So what you want to do is use some type of environment file like this, which is kind of like, I think of it as variables. So you can store your password as a variable in there and use that variable in your HTML file, even though I don't know if HTML supports that, but that's just an example. So what I did was view this file. Bear with me, this syntax was not easy to get used to. I'm tired. But yeah, we do run into some pretty good information here, right? We get a password, and the password for Recyclops, right? So I get thinking, okay, what if I just tried that for Dwight? You know, what if this was Dwight's password? So let's give that a try. All right, I'm gonna open a new terminal. I need burp. And let's SSH for Dwight, right? So we're gonna SSH Dwight into office.paper, and let's enter that password, and boom, I'm in. It was that easy. So if we ls, we do have Dwight's permissions, not the bot's permissions, so we can see that user file now, and this is the flag for the user. So the next thing we need to do is get root access. So I think in hack my VM, I think that's what it's called, I use like sudo l, but Dwight cannot do anything. He has absolutely no power, and I don't blame them for doing that to him. I mean, you know, it is Dwight, right? So I use this nifty tool called linpeas. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm gonna pull that up right now just so I can show you. So this is what that looks like, right? I found this GitHub for it. Yes, I am a complete script kiddie, and I'm gonna accept that for now. But I did, and I used this portion here to get the file onto Dwight's machine, because for whatever reason when I try to do like a wget for the file, or just try to download it straight up from like GitHub, it didn't work. So what we're gonna be doing is setting up a server and just having Dwight connect to it and download the file from us. So we have this. Let's do it in here. So I do already have the linpeas.sh file in here. So what we want to do is Python 3. What was it? HTTP server 80. Okay, cool. That worked. So if you guys didn't know, this is a pretty cool thing. Can help you like transfer files between VMs and stuff. I use it sometimes. Anyway, so let's go back to Dwight, and all we need to do for him is do a simple curl request to our IP 1411, I believe, and then just run the sh. Something happened. Let's check it out. Okay, is that not our IP? Curl. Oh yeah, I should probably pull the file from there. That would be a great idea. linpeas.sh. Cool, and now it's running. So I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna pause, give this a second, and then show you the results that we need. Okay, I didn't let this run all the way, but we got just what we needed. So if you guys aren't familiar with linpeas, I mean, neither am I, not as much at least, but it's a neat little tool that can help us find different, I guess, attack vectors to elevate your privilege, right? And for this case, it's looking for, or at least the part we need, it's looking for things it's vulnerable to, right? So the first thing I took a look at was this link here, which was possibly, you know, kernel exploits based on the operating system, sudo. But the one that pertained to me for this challenge was this one here, CVE 2021-3560. So of course I needed to find some sort of GitHub for that, because I am an absolute script kiddie and I cannot code it for myself. And I found this one from Segnigma. I hope that's not like one of those. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I just straight up just got his file and just went with it. I wish I could explain to you how this works, but I don't really know. Okay, what does the script actually do? So it checks a distribution type, I guess, to make sure that it's vulnerable to, what is it called, Polkit. Pocket privilege escalation. It checks for the installation of these services if they are found. Then it checks the Pocket version. If it seems vulnerable, then it starts the exploitation. It does some sort of bash call. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this here for a second. If you're interested in reading it, I honestly don't really know what it does. I probably should spend some time. I probably will after this. But all I care of that is works, because you would not believe the rabbit hole I fell in trying to get root access. I think I have the file here already. Yes, I named it pwn.sh. As I said, I literally just copy and pasted it. Shout out to this guy. So all I did was just run it. Oh, obviously you had to do like a nice little chmod plus x to be able to run it. So you do this, it does its thing, and what it plans to do, I guess, is just insert a new user, SecNigma, and also insert the password. I'm guessing in doing so, this user is gonna have, you know, pretty much admin or like sudo rights. So the next thing we have to do is just try to change user into him. Where is it at? Okay, so it says it failed right here, but pretty much keep trying. That's what I did, and eventually it did work, right? So let's try this again. Okay, cool. It looks like that was successful. Hopefully the password was successful as well. So let's give that a try. SecNigma. I forgot the password. What was the password? This right here. SecNigma for the win. Okay, let's paste that. Please work. Didn't work. That's fine. We could run that again. It's also important to note that it does look like it's vulnerable onto that, so I did spend a lot more time just rerunning to make sure it worked. Okay, so it looks like it went through. Let's try it again. Nope. Let's go for it again. I wonder why it takes a lot of tries. I really should probably read that thing. Let's give that a try again. Hopefully I'm pasting the right password. That would be very unfortunate. Did I copy that right? I don't think I copied that right. Okay, I did copy that right. Let's do this again. If it doesn't work this time, I think I'm gonna just pause and wait till I actually get it working. Come on. Ah, damn. Alright, I'm gonna pause real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. So as you can see, we are now in SecNigma, and it did work successfully. And based on the instructions, the next thing you have to do is just type in sudo bash. Oh, I gotta put the password again. And we are now root. So if I were to go to the root folder, it should work. If I list the files, we now see root.txt. If we cat that, we get our last flag. This was a cool challenge. I think I learned a lot. These pwn ones are so intensive. I honestly don't know how many hours I spent on this, but I think it was definitely worth it. Definitely rewarding. If this challenge is, well, it's not going to be up, but if you do have HackTheBox, like, I think you need a subscription. By the time you're watching this, it's going to be retired. But if you do have like the VIP thing, do it. I mean, it's easy, but I struggled. But I mean, kind of dumb. Maybe you can figure it out by yourself. That was fun. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all those good stuff. And peace out.